you understand your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. And so I'm just here eating these crab cakes, these vegan crab cakes, and then I have some blueberry waffles I had got from Whole Foods. So I wanted to talk about this because I was listening to Abraham Hicks earlier. I had took a walk to go to the usual spot that I normally go to. Basically on the dock, like, you out in nature and you see the beautiful water, the river, you see boats passing by, and it's so peaceful. And so lately I've been really listening to Abraham Hicks, and then reading her books, but also going within, right? And this is one of the things that really I had an aha moment at, right? That when we tend to deprive ourselves from whatever it is, right? Maybe you, oftentimes we have to grow through different things in order for us to grow, right? And is in us going through those things and us growing causes us to ask the question, right? Like, you may want a better job, or you may want a better apartment, or you may want to buy a house or start that business or whatever it is. But it's in those moments that we tend to grow through things that makes us ask the question. So earlier, I'm listening to Abraham Hicks, and it was a lady that asked Abraham Hicks this question. And one of the questions were, like, how do she go from looking in the mirror, because where she is right now, right, like her physicality, she want to be slimmer, right? And she just lost 30 pounds, and she said she want to lose another 30 pounds. But how could she look in a mirror and like what she sees, right? And one of the things that I'm really understanding, even on my personal journey, is oftentimes I would listen to stuff, right? Motivational stuff. And it will cause me to make me want to do videos. And I don't need the motivation to do videos. I could do videos, but it would make me feel like radical action. I need to do radical action, right? And oftentimes I would look back and I would say, but why aren't the results where I want them to be? Like, why aren't the numbers a certain type of way? And I remember I had heard even Aaron Dowdy, who is also a YouTuber, one of the things he says was, you have to let go. And letting go is letting go of the resistance. So what Abraham Hicks primarily, what she's saying is, before you can get to whatever body you want or whatever amount of money you want, you have to enjoy or like where you are currently. And it goes back to this, right? So a lot of you guys know I said 30 days, I got the download, and, for me to take 30 days off of social media. And one of the things that I noticed why I keep showing up, right, and it ain't the complete 30 days, it's times where as though I'm inspired, but it's also times where as though I'm like, I want somebody else to see the video and get what I'm saying, okay? Or I want somebody else to go along with me on my journey, right? Or and oftentimes forgetting that the universe source is always with me, right? It's almost like I'm looking for security outside my existence, and not really believing that the security is already within me, right? And that's really what I'm understanding. And I'm trying to get the concept really owning in on it, right? Also, another thing that I understand is some of the things that I tend to do recently, and this is the reason why I say you have to listen to yourself, right? Not me, nobody else. You have to listen to yourself. and see how you feel. Because when I was listening to personal development, it was making me feel as if, like, instead of me being grateful for what I have, it was making me feel like, oh, I need to accomplish more. I should have this. I should have that. So that's why when I say, when you hear content creators or you hear people say, well, it's going to be that thing that's going to take you to next level. You know what's going to take you to next level? Your thoughts, your beliefs. Your beliefs is what equals your thoughts, okay? That's what's going to take you to next level. It's not if you buy this book, before you brought the book, what was your thoughts, right? Before you invested into that course, what was your thoughts? If we are operating from a sense of, well, I need to hurry up and get there because I don't currently like where I'm currently are, if you deprive yourself, your journey is going to be so screwed. It's going to be, I want to say, painful because, for instance, right now, I said time and time again, right? I had got a download when I first started doing these videos. I got a download for me to get people out the matrix, right? And I was meditating, okay? And I got that download to get people out the matrix. And one of the things recently, and that's why I said I even been questioning about, plant-based and all these different things. Because one of the things that I started noticing was that the more you deprive yourself on whatever it is, like, so the more I'm like, all right, for instance, I'm gonna give you guys a scenario. True story. This happened a few days ago. Okay, I wanted some turkey tails. Okay, if you from the South, you know what turkey tails are. Okay, maybe you're not from the South. Okay, maybe you from the North, okay, which really is the South, but whatever. Okay, we're not gonna get into the Peterson map today. So I wanted some turkey tails. I remember the way, actually, my aunt, she used to make black eyed peas, and for some reason I thought it was lima beans, but I think probably she would put lima beans sometimes in there, but it was mainly black eyed peas, and she would make neck bones, okay, smoke neck bones. And the other day, okay, I wanted some turkey tails and some lima beans. I just wanted it. I just had a craving for it, okay? And there I was beating myself up. Oh, if you eat that, you're not going to receive the proper downloads. If you eat that, that's not going to be good for you. Now, these past days, I've been eating plant-based. Like right now, this is plant-based, right? I've been eating plant-based, and my whole thing is, if I eat plant-based, if I eat healthier, I'm gonna be able to get somewhere, right? I'm gonna be able to receive the downloads, and I'm gonna be able to do this. Basically, the move to get from where I am, because I don't really care for where I am. Point blank, bottom line. Okay, I'm trying to stall and saying it, but that's the truth. Okay, and so my higher self is just like, put it out there. Tell them exactly what it is you damn feel. Okay, so I was on my way to ShopRite, right? And so I went there. I got the turkey tails. I got the neck bones. I got the turkey tails. I got the lima beans. And I felt this feeling of, I feel good, right? Now, after I ate the turkey tails, right, some of the guilt, it was a little guilt that came associated with it. In fact, I couldn't even properly enjoy it because I was so busy critiquing it and saying, you shouldn't have this. And so many people done told you time and time again, the people that's on the plant-based journey, whatever, they done told you time and time again, if you eat this, you're not going to be able to experience downloads, getting downloads from the universe and all these different things. And, then I started thinking about parasites in the turkey tails, all these different things, right? But I still ate it. And I ate it in a sense of, I guess it was like rebellious, right? Being rebellious. Like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to just do it. one of the things you have to understand, and it goes back to, you ever had a friend? I know someone who, she would call me and she would tell me she's trying to lose weight, right? And she would say, I just don't know why, but I just can't lose the weight. Let me tell you something. First of all, you have to be able to hold. Sometimes people tend to say, I'm going to fake it till I make it, right? And then you may attract that thing that you actually want. But then you lose it. It could be a relationship, it could be job, it could be finances, it could be anything. Then you wind up losing it. It's because you really wasn't in a alignment to obtain it. So that's why it seems like you really lost it, but you really didn't lose it. Is almost, listen, you can't catfish this here universe. Okay? You just can't catfish it. Whatever you are in vibration with, that's exactly what you are attracting. So the friend of mine, right? She called me, oh, Dina, I want to lose this person I know. I want to lose weight, okay? Dina, I want to lose the weight, okay? I'm so sick of living this life where is though I'm a certain size. I want to be smaller. I was able to be smaller once. I just don't know why it's not working now. And oftentimes, what we tend to do, we tend to try to give people words that sometimes the shit ain't working even in our lives. Okay? That's what I told the person. I said, listen, you have to see it before you be it, right? And the person, yeah, but I am seeing it and stuff like that. Seeing it before you be it, this is what that means. When I look in a mirror, right, and a lot of times I undress, okay, look in the mirror. Sometimes, in fact, I walk around my house commando, okay, naked, nothing, okay. That's just my comfort, okay. Now, when I look in the mirror, it has been times, okay. Now I'm not gonna lie, okay. I want to be very transparent with you guys. It has been times, and I tell you guys all the time, I don't work out to lose weight, but it has been times when I looked in the mirror and I would do like this, or I would look at my backside. You know when your booty got the dents in them, okay, the little dents in them. In fact, this morning, after I got out of the shower, I went to in the mirror and I seen the little dents, right, on my buttocks, okay, and so it's like, you see those things, but you're not critiquing them. It comes to a point where as though you accept exactly who you are, right? You accept that maybe you got saggy chest, okay? You accept you got the stretch marks. You accept that, that you are 300 pounds, right? Now, by you accepting it, it does not mean that you're going to stay there. And a lot of times that's really what it is. We like, well, if I accept it, that means that I got to stay here. That means that, and I was feeling that if I do the 30 days, although, my way is a certain way, and I know the universe could get things done really quickly, quicker than I can, because sometimes the ego gets in the way and say, you got to make all these videos, or you got to do this. What they say in a personal development, didn't they tell you that you got to constantly show up and all these different things, right? The whole thing is this: accept where you are now, so therefore you can attract the life that you say you want. We cannot get from abundance. We cannot get from scarcity to abundance, right? You can't get from your concept that, oh, your body is a certain way, you out of shape, you hate the way your body look, and then you deprive yourself, and then you like, well, I'm gonna get because the journey would be so So unfun. So unfun. And you know what? Everything is about checking in with yourself. So man, I was listening to the personal development, right? And it was something I needed to go through and grow through. When I was listening to the personal development, now I would listen to personal development 12 hours, sometimes longer. It depends, especially when I was doing Uber. I would listen to personal development all day long. The reason being was because I wanted to get somewhere other than where I was. I did not care necessarily to where I was. I wanted to hurry up and get somewhere else. And so by me, you know, giving my time, almost like an offering. Well, I'm giving my time and I'm listening to all this personal development. I should be further along. And what I was merely doing was I was depriving myself. Yeah, I'm not saying not to listen to personal development, because I also do believe that what you constantly allow to go into your subconscious mind, that it has a part on how you show up, right? And depending on who's showing up, because sometimes it could be your ego showing up, it could be your higher self. It depends on who's showing up. And so what I started realizing, I had to take an inventory. It feels so good when you start becoming aware of some of the things that you are doing and start understanding things for the way they are and how things are working. I started thinking about my old apartment, right? My very first apartment that I had. Now, this is my second apartment, and then the third one, it'll be a house, right? Speaking it into existence. But anyway, I started thinking about my first apartment, how even before that, money was coming, honey, left and right. I didn't have to work hard for it. Money just would come. And I mean like thousands of dollars. It would just come to me. Just come. And I started looking at myself. And recently, and this is where personal development, I stopped listening to it as much, because let me tell you something, okay? If you guys don't mind, let me be very transparent with you guys. I started looking at myself and saying, what have you done different from all the times when you would be so appreciative of over little things, food stamps? Honey, I would be so grateful for it. Not so, well, I can't wait till I get off. Now, it would be times I say I want to get off, but I would be so appreciative, meaning that my gratitude, it would be more than, oh, I can't wait until I become this or become that. I was so focused on the gratitude, okay? And it was almost as if, like, me listening to personal development, it started making me feel like I'm not doing enough. Right? It made me start feeling like, and everybody has their own concept or whatever it is like that. I'm not saying, by you not listening, this may have personal development but, and I remember, and I shared this with you guys before, I remember I had went to a past life regression, right? And basically the past life regression is, you go under hypnosis, so to speak, and the person is asking you questions, and you recalling your past life, right? What you were different lifetimes ago. What did you come to do in this here lifetime? All these different things. And I remember the person who was doing it, Einstein Astro. He's on YouTube too. Einstein, Einstein, Einstein Astro, Astro. He's on YouTube. And I remember I asked him this question, because I always pretty much been on a scale of this: personal development and spirituality, right? Now, spirituality means you being authentic to yourself, awareness, right? That's my definition of spirituality. Now, personal development to me is, you are evolving, but when I was listening to personal development, it was for me in the beginning. It's like, oh, I seen Bob Proctor. Shout outs to Bob Proctor. He's not here in his physical avatar, but he's here in spirit. But when I first seen Bob Proctor, and I started investing, I said, you know what? I want more than the way I've been showing up, right? I had money. I had $11,000, and I knew if I took that $11,000 and went shopping, I knew I was going to get the same exact results that I normally was getting. Okay. And so I wanted to do something different. I didn't know what this different intake was. I just knew the person that was seeking outside validation, the person, I was sick of being that person. I was sick of living that life. 1 second, family. I was sick of living that life, and I wanted more. Okay. And so I invested in the program that Bob Proctor was offering at the time. It was $7,500. Okay. Now I was afraid to do so. So what I did was I would deposit the first deposit I left, because I asked Bob Proctor, one of his consultants, how much is in, things like that, $7,500. And then the first time was $2,500 I put down, and then I had the $11, but I was afraid, and so every month I would put $1,500. I would pay $1,500, and it was like 2 months that I didn't pay, right? But then when I got my taxes, I paid it, okay? Because I spent the money. I don't went here. I don't went to Boston. I ate real good. All this other stuff, right? And so the point of the matter, what I am making is that once I started, it was almost as if I stopped listening to my higher self, right? It was more so I'm listening to all these different people outside my existence, and then I'm getting frustrated because I'm saying, why isn't it working? Why, they saying to do this, and I'm doing all these different things, but why isn't it working? And the reason being is because you can't get from somewhere unwanted to where you want to be. And if you do, it's the process is going to be very, I want to say, like, kind of painful. That's why oftentimes, and this is the best analysis I could ever come up with. When you deprive yourself of eating certain foods, right? If you had been on certain diets, that a lot of times you will hear people say, you're not supposed to deprive yourself of, certain things to eat, because when you start eating those things, you're going to gain that weight and much more, right? And the same concept with, all these different titles, right? Plant-based, vegan, pescatarian, all these different things, right? Vegetarian, or whatever, right? When you deprive yourself of certain foods, now I'm not telling you what to do, honey. You do what works for you, okay? Because I'm gonna do what works for me. And you don't want to listen to other people. You want to by far listen to your higher self, listen to your body, okay? But when you tend to deprive yourself, it's like it's so much resistance that you are offering to the universe, because you depriving yourself. The reason being is because you looking at the end result. Well, I'm not going to eat there because I want to be, slim or whatever it is like that. But suppose if you just, and this is also what I noticed about spirituality. See, in the concept of religion too. One of the things that I started understanding with spirituality, I said, being spiritual, because, I do it, you had to become, right? But the truth of the matter, we are all spiritual, okay? We all have spirits. But one of the reasons why I love spirituality is because you being authentic, you being your authentic self. Okay, it's not like dogma or like taboo. Oh well, you can't wear this, or if you wear it, it's about you doing things and you learning the lessons from your experience. It's about you showing up and you learning the lessons. It's not no good or bad in this here universe. Everything is based upon lessons. The lessons that you learn. What did you get from there? Did you feel good in the sense of this? Or did you feel like a kid, right? When you was a kid, your mother or whoever raised you, your guardian, right? They may have said, you bet not do this. But it was something within you, right, that wanted to do it so bad. And because they done told you so many times, you bet not do it, it made you want to do it even more, right? Because it was you wanting to know if, I wonder if what they saying is true. That probably ain't even true, right? Or, they said for me not to go there, but when I go there, I have so much fun, right? And I know for me as a kid, I remember my grandmother, she would say, because I grew up in the projects, and I remember my grandmother, she would say that my sister and I, we were not supposed to move from in front of the building, right? That we were supposed to stay in front of the building, but pretty much in the court. Okay, and the court means like, if my mother or my grandmother was to look out the window, my mother looked out the window, they would be able to see us where we was playing, right? Because if we wasn't there, something may happen, all these different things, right? And so that kind of stalked a fear in me, like, oh my goodness, we better not move from this. But then it's like you become sneaky. I became sneaky, like, and I'm not saying that, but it was like, I want to go to the back court because where all the kids is playing. Or I want to go here because it seemed like these kids having way more fun or whatever it is like that. And it's the same as that concept, okay? Do what works for you. Listen to your higher self. Listen to that voice. And that's telling you what to do. All right? If you listen, not even listen to me, listen to that voice that's telling you what to do. Listen to that guidance system, that intuition that is guiding you along the way, as opposed to listening to anybody else. And when I went to get my past life regression done, and I asked Astro Einstein, I said, listen, I said Einstein Astro, but is Astro Einstein. I asked him, I said, sometimes I'm in, like I'm confused because I had people say, with personal development, that you shouldn't sleep. You should just pretty much work, right? And then with spirituality, people like Abraham Hicks, people like Infinite Waters, Aaron Dowdy, just to name a few. Who else? Wayne Dyer. Let me see. Bruce Lipton, and so many others, right? Joe Dispenza, so many others. Now you will hear some people say, well, you can't get from, hating your current situation to where you want to be, right? You can get there, but it would be so unpleasant. Where is though, why not enjoy the process? It makes it fun. And when I was walking from the dock where I was at earlier, one of the things that I said was, I just kept on thinking, and I kept hearing Abraham Hicks say this, is the unfolding that is fun. Is the unfolding of it that is fun, right? And would I want to be in a place where as though, well, I can't wait till I get there, hit the 1.4 million YouTube subscribers. I can't wait till I get there. Oh, I gotta have it so bad because when I have it, I'm gonna be worthy. When I have it, I'm gonna feel better. When I have it, that means I made it. All these different things. Or wouldn't it be better in the unfolding of it? Right? Like when I come on here and I say, oh my goodness, thank for you guys watching my videos, I'm able to buy a car or whatever it is. Or it's the unfolding, is the journey. And I'm really, really understanding is more so about the journey. And before I wanted it to be, like the destination. And I would say, no, before I would say, it's really about the journey. But honey, before it was really about the destination. Because I said, I don't want to be doing Uber. I wanted to be doing something. And this is one of the things that I asked myself recently. This is one of the things that I really had to own in and ask myself. And I'm being very transparent with you guys. I said, well, Dina, when you was doing Uber, how was you feeling, right? And now that you're not doing Uber, how you feeling? And I had to look at my life and say, well, perhaps it's not where you are, but who you are. Perhaps it's not where you are, but who you are. Oftentimes we like, I want to get there. And when you get there, you may feel the same exact way that you felt before. So when I wrote in a book, The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power by Vernon Howard, okay, I encourage you guys to get this book. And on the top, I said happiness, peace, and money in that order. I want to wake up happy, okay? I am going to be so happy of where I am now that it doesn't matter how fast or how quickly it takes for me to manifest the thing that it is that I want, right? It's really about letting go and letting the universe do whatever it is that the universe needs to do. And so with that being said, I done said a mouthful, okay, honey, my waffles, honey, they cold and stiff now. But I love you guys. Make sure you rocking out. Make sure you believe in yourself. Do understand you have guidance from within. Okay, everything is within you, right? You don't need me to tell you, somebody else, or watching videos, all these different things. Because the truth of the matter is, your higher self knows. Your higher self knows what path is least resistance, in the words of Abraham Lincoln. What path is least resistance? Your higher self knows. And if we listen more to ourselves as opposed of the opinions of others, or people saying, well, I don't see how it's going to happen, when your higher self is saying you don't need to know how it's going to happen, but it's happening. And with that being said, I catch you guys on the next one. Peace.